let me just start off by saying, and let me just get this out of the way. Every single match on this card was ridiculously good. Oh, good Lord. How is Survivor Series supposed to follow this? Oh, man. Oh, man. What's going on, everybody? Unfiltered Wrestling, and good God, did we just get a takeover? Let's just start this off with the War Games matches, because that's what we want to talk about. That's what we're here for. That's why it's called War Games. Let's start with the women's. It kicked off the show. I think that was the right choice. Hot crowd. It's always helpful to the ladies to have a hot crowd, because, you know, some people kind of sleep on women's wrestling. And good Lord, did they book one hell of a story. One hell of a story. I did not see this coming. I at all. I expected, I picked the heel team to win, which is Team Shayna Baszler. That's because I was saying Dakota Kai might turn and it will help Team Baszler win. And, was I kind of right? Maybe a little? Do I get a little credit? Because she damn sure turned. Dakota Kai turned. As soon as the buzzer sounded for her to come out of the cage, she beat the holy dog shit out of her Tegan Nox tag team partner, known for the bad legs and the horrific injuries. Beat the hell out of her. And man, her acting here was great. Both of them. Like Tegan Nox selling the injury, but also Dakota Kai. The attack, the emotion in her eyes. She legitimately looked like she lost her shit. Great acting. Like, fantastic acting. I was just worried. I didn't know they'd actually pull the trigger on making her a heel, because she's kind of a Bayley character, which, as you know by the Bayley project on the main roster, took them how many years to finally turn Bayley heel? Even though she was flopping and failing for ages. They pulled the trigger quick. I loved it. It looked great. Man, and it was a beatdown. It wasn't like was that a real heel turn though? Oh yes, that's a heel turn. Beat the shit out of her. Regal came out. She even kind of attacked William Regal. She got escorted out, came back, and continued beating Tegan's ass. It was crazy. It was legitimately crazy. And if you do the math, that now makes it was Team Baszler 4 people still in it. Team Rhea Ripley 2 to 4. I was like, oh shit. And I was thinking maybe someone's going to interfere. Maybe Toni Storm. Something like that. Maybe a returning Mia Yim from the nose injury. Something. Nah. They went 2-on-4 the whole rest of the way. And it was pretty goddamn good. And they found ways to make it believable. Anytime you book something crazy like that where the baby faces are like that handicapped and they still win, you're kind of like, you made the heels look like garbage. Somehow, I don't feel like the heels walk out looking bad. It just makes Rhea Ripley look like a stud. That's all it did. It made Rhea Ripley look like a goddamn superstar. Clearly, Rhea Ripley has to be the one to face Shayna Baszler next and beat her. Not just face her. She got to beat her and win. She's got to win. She has to win. There's no one, you're not going to find a better person to take that belt off of Shayna Baszler than Rhea Ripley. You just won't. And then after this, you've now explained it to the fans who don't know. Because I do watch NXT UK most of the time. And, but a lot of people don't. So they don't really know how truly badass Rhea Ripley is. You just showed them. You proved it. It was insanity. It was crazy. She was a bona fide star. She was a highlight of the match. The whole match was booked around making Rhea a star. Success. Home run. A+. 2 thumbs up. Great job. Great match. There were great visuals, man. With Shayna had her coquina clutch locked in on one. On Candice LeRae at the same time as Rhea Ripley had, I don't know what they call it, but she has, it's like a kind of like an inverted sharpshooter kind of thing, or a kind of like an inverted cloverleaf, and it was brutal. It looked great, and they both were staring, screaming at each other from across the corners of the ring. It was a great match, and the ending came with Shayna Baszler locking in her, I keep calling it coquina clutch. It's not. Does she have a name for it? Is it just a sleeper right now? I can't remember. But she had her rear naked choke locked in on Rhea Ripley. Everyone else was out cold. And Rhea Ripley, who's been handcuffed, has had a handcuff on and the other piece dangling basically the entire match. Handcuffs out of desperation Shayna Baszler's right hand. I was like, okay, it's interesting. It made her let go of the rear naked choke, and then she pulls her through, since they're attached, pulls her between her legs so she gets her own arm stuck in perfect position for the pump handle slam that is Rhea Ripley's finisher, the Riptide. And she did it right on a couple steel chairs. I'm sorry, I'm excited. Man, this was a crazy, crazy takeover. And that was a 1, 2, 3. Hell of a match. And Io Shirai, I've always been a huge Io Shirai fan. She had a great moment. She climbed to the top of the cage, I guess, and did her patented moonsault onto 2 women waiting down below. It just looked great. Like, the whole match was done really well. Really, really well. And sometimes in matches like this, when it's women, no offense to the ladies, but they haven't been in many hardcore, no DQ, weapon style type of matches. I mean, of course it's happened, but it doesn't happen that often. So, a lot of times you'll see botches and sloppiness. There wasn't a lot of that this time. They kept it tight. They did a good job. Great job to the ladies. Great job. Really. That exceeded my expectations. They did fantastic. Now let's talk about the main event of the evening. The men's War Games match. The Undisputed Era versus Team Ciampa and a mystery partner. And good Lord, I did not see that mystery partner coming. And I absolutely love it because it makes sense down here. And it adds a layer, if they want to Survivor Series. The mystery partner was Kevin Owens. And after this week, when Triple H talked to Kevin Owens, and we had that very good promo, giving him very good points about how he started in NXT, he belonged in NXT, he was better in NXT, they never meant for him to come up at the time, all that was true. And Kevin Owens didn't say yes or no. Adam Cole in the Undisputed Era attacked him. And Triple H looked at them like he was not happy with the attack. And I didn't know what that was leading to. Should have known. It was leading to this. He was the mystery man for Team Ciampa. But now the question becomes, is he on NXT? Is he going to be on Team NXT at Survivor Series? Is he going to turn on Team SmackDown in the match to join Team NXT? I think he might. I think he really might. I think he just fought on Undisputed Era to kick their ass because of them attacking him earlier this week. But he might have said yes to Triple H. We don't know. That's fantastic layers of storytelling and great booking. It is. Like, I can't knock that. I don't even know if I could have done it better myself. Probably not. You know, everyone likes to think they're the best recliner booker. You know, you're sitting on your recliner. But, good God, I don't know if I could have thought of that better. That was great. That was fantastic. And the match. Do we need to say that the match was also an A+, also 2 thumbs up? No complaints at all. At all. Keith Lee has looked like a star for the last 2 weeks on Raws, SmackDowns, NXTs. They've built him up big time, and it continued here. He looked great. Dijakovic had his moments. He had a choke slam at the end through a table. That was cool. Kevin Owens, of course, kicked a whole lot of ass. And he kind of overshadowed the rest of his team, especially Ciampa once he came out, because he was the last entrant. He kind of overshadowed Ciampa, but it's not a problem because Ciampa was the first man out, so he spent a lot of time in there, and they were selling that he was beat up. So that's fine. That's fine. Man, and then that final spot. Yeah. The final spot had Ciampa and Adam Cole at the top and corner of the goddamn structure, cage, whatever you want to call it. And he does an air raid siren, which is like, I think the Irish curse. What the hell did Sheamus used to call it? I don't know. Al Snow used to call it the snowplow. A whole bunch of people have done this move, but it's low-key kind of dangerous because you're holding a man behind your back with his head by your hip, and you have to drop. So it's kind of dangerous. And they did it from the top of the cage. When they were setting up for him, I'm like, nah, he got to counter this. They're gonna do some other move, like a back body drop or something. Nope, they did it. Air raid siren all the way down through 2 tables, which, of course, that looks great, but in reality, the tables are to help soften the blow to the mat. But damn, man, that was brutal. It was brutal, and they nailed it perfectly. And if you're just imagine if you're a professional wrestler, if you're Adam Cole, for example, how much you have to trust the ability of a man like Ciampa to complete this maneuver safely. Because you're upside down behind his back, about 20-something feet in the air, and he's going to dive backwards through some tables. And you're going to land, you're going to eat that. And you're just going to hope he doesn't accidentally drop you on your head. He's going to drop you close, because that's how the move works. But not actually on your head. That's trust. That's terrifying. Talk about a fucking trust fall. That's crazy. Pulled it off. Looked beautiful. Went beautiful. Team Ciampa wins on that move. He hit it and just lay it out on him, and that was it. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Another great spot of the match. Probably my favorite, because if you guys don't know, Kevin Owens might be my favorite current wrestler right now. I think he is. Yeah, I think he is. Big Show is my childhood favorite, but he's damn near retired. So it's Kevin Owens, and I would say Bray Wyatt is second. I'll say Bray Wyatt second. Third would probably be Keith Lee. I like the big guys. I just do. I like big guys who can do crazy things. It's very impressive to me, especially if they can speak also. Like I need 5-tool players. But anyway, there was a moment. You know, like they have 2 rings in the War Game pay-per-view. In the middle is like a little metal bar connecting, a little metal plate connecting the 2 rings. Kevin Owens and was in a scuffle with Adam Cole. Oh, sorry, man. I just ate, so my stomach's all belchy. My apologies. I probably should just drink more beer. That's probably the problem. But he does a... He jumps off the turnbuckle from, like, I think the second rope. And, you know, perfectly into the... What do they call that? It's the flipping pile driver. Something Sunrise or something, Panama Sunrise, something. The Canadian Killer? What the hell do they call that? But you guys know what I'm talking about, where Adam Cole lands on your neck and then he dives as a front flip pile driver. It looked beautiful because he landed it. Kevin Owens they went up. Kevin Owens countered it. And they went back down, tried it again, countered it, and does it again, and he's up. Look, he's about to get countered again, and Kevin Owens does a backflip and gets fucking the Canadian Crusher. I can't remember what it's called. My apologies. But it was brutal. Brutal. Looked great. Got holy shit chants. Even Kevin Owens' entrance music when he came out got holy shit chants. Even from me, inside my house. I was like, holy shit. It's Kevin Owens? Who I think of as probably the best NXT competitor to ever be brought up. So far. So, I was amped. It was exciting. It was fucking great. That match was awesome. It was so good. Well, let's talk about the rest of the card. Alright, and let's continue with Matt Riddle versus Finn Balor. I was very excited for this match because Matt Riddle's the fucking man, the new age RVD. And Finn Balor is just, man, is he way better as a heel. Man, is he better. He's back to the Prince gimmick. He's wearing black again. He's back to the New Japan version of Prince Devitt. He just feels like a new man. And when they announced this match, you knew it was going to be goddamn good. Like, really good. And it was. It wasn't extremely special, but it was very good. It was very good. I'm all for it. I like it. And of course, the right man won. Finn Balor had to win this. He had to. And I know everyone loves Matt Riddle. Like, why wouldn't you? And Matt Riddle has lost a good bit since being of the big matches since being on NXT. But he's one of the few characters in the entire company, or fucking industry for that matter, that can lose almost any time you want. You can't lose everything. Now, you can't lose to bums. You can't be losing to Curtis Axel. But if he's losing to a credible opponent, he's fine. He's fine. His stoner gimmick will always keep him over with the fans. Just how it is. So he's fine. We all knew Finn was going to win, and he did. Great match. And the ending, though, the way they put it together, it almost worked me. Almost got worked. There was a second there where Finn Balor got caught in the bro mission for a second. And I looked like, and it was really late in the match. And I'm like, whoa, they're not going to have Finn fucking lose, right? He didn't. But again, my doubt only lasted for about, I would say, 2 full seconds. Still, that's 2 more full seconds than it probably should have. I was worried. And I was like, oh, what? Then he got out and he wins. So it was a very good match. And I guess as a heel, he's probably not going to be doing his coup de grace very often. You know how Vince is with heels doing top rope moves. He doesn't really care for it. He thinks it gets a babyface styled pop. So he's probably not going to do that very often anymore. He's using that 1916 DDT. It's basically a one-arm impaler. Very nice looking move. Very nice looking move. I'm not a big fan of the name, but it's a very nice looking move. Good match. I'll give it 1 thumb up. 1 thumb up. The last match we're going to talk about, because there are only 4 matches on this card. Pre-shows, not counting that. There are only 4 matches on the card. It's because the War Games matches were so long. And so was this one. The triple threat #1 contender match. Pete Dunne, who's a fucking grown man. I always want to call him Punchbar Martinez, but it's not. It's Damian Priest and Killian Dane, who also is a beast. Man, this was a great match. This was a great match. Of course, the right person won. Pete Dunne won. We all knew he was going to, because he would be the only one who would make sense to face Adam Cole at Survivor Series. The only complaint, it went long, like probably 10 minutes too long. I'll be nice. I'll say 5 minutes too long. But it went long. And as great as it was, you could feel in the arena them start to die with the near falls and counters and finishers and people breaking up submissions and breaking up pinfalls. They started to be like, they weren't reacting as hard. It was more of a, we're still doing it? It's still? Now, they enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it. I think all of you enjoyed it. The crowd there damn sure enjoyed it. But, the climax happened, and we still had like 5 to 10 more minutes of wrestling. Like, it was long. It was really long. The pacing of it, too, it felt long. Great match, though. Great match. No one looked bad here. Everyone looked good. Even Pete Dunne's victory came off semi-fluky, so no one felt like they are the odd man out. That does make me want to see Killian Dane versus Damian Priest, though, one-on-one. I'd like to see that now. I don't give a shit if it's heel versus heel. I'd still like to see it. Do it on NXT. Do it on a regular NXT. Don't save it for a takeover. Just do it there so you don't need to worry about face or heels. And Pete Dunne versus Adam Cole. During the main event, the War Games match, they did make one of the commentators made a great point. That how's Adam Cole going to win versus Pete Dunne after what the hell he went through in the War Games match? And again, the Pete Dunne match was very long. Grueling, too. It was a great match. Spots galore. It was fantastic. I'll give it 2 thumbs up, even though I want to take 1 thumb down solely because of the length. It went too long. I'll just be honest. It just went too long. It kind of dried out the crowd. But it's kind of a valid point. Yeah, Pete Dunne got his ass kicked too, but Adam Cole got dropped off the top of this damn cage through 2 tables, and then in 24 hours he's defending his title. Whew. That's gonna be tough. So I don't expect him to lose to Pete Dunne. I do not. But I no longer would be stunned or shocked, because they could easily just explain that away. That, I mean, the man went into it fucked up. And just show the footage. He went into that match fucked up. I can see him losing it. I just doubt he will. I think they're going to save that for a Tommaso Ciampa storyline, which is going to be coming very soon. We all know it. Ciampa versus Adam Cole. That's what's next for them. So Adam Cole's 90% sure going to retain. Just saying, the commentating did a very good job saying once, right before the pay-per-view cut off, how the fuck is Adam Cole going to beat Pete Dunne tomorrow night after following like that. Great commentating, great pay-per-view, takeover, special, whatever you would like to call it. It was a blast, and good luck, main roster, on topping that. They only had 4 matches, man. Good luck. And a bunch of these guys and girls, women, will be right back at work tomorrow. Or it's going to upload today. That's going to be crazy. That's hella work rate. Adam Cole is definitely Mr. November. He's been on Raws, SmackDowns, main events, fucking NXT, the Takeover War Games. He's about to be at Survivor Series. Adam Cole putting in work. He's the Dolph Ziggler right now. He's the workhorse carrying this goddamn company, and I appreciate him. I salute him. And I also salute Kevin Owens for jumping in here in a War Game match, and it tells a great layered story for Survivor Series that makes me even more excited for a pay-per-view I was already excited for. The last couple Raw and SmackDowns have been lackluster. This salvages everything. It just does. And Survivor Series, right? Man, don't blow it, guys. I don't see how they can. There's too much talent on this card. When you include NXT, too much intrigue, too much talent. Oh, it's going to be a crazy one. It's going to be a crazy one. And I will see you probably Monday with Survivor Series reaction and results. Appreciate you guys. And I salute you. If you guys also know other wrestling fans, please share the video to them. Let them know about me. Only wrestling fans. No wrestling fans.